Hi, today we're here with Mario Zappilli, who is an analytics lead at Vanguard Group, and he's going to be discussing with us how text analytics are used at Vanguard and some general information about the field today. Mario, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
And if you'd like to give a brief introduction of yourself, I'm sure you could do a better job than I just did.
Sure. I'm 44 years old, went to Rutgers University, got a degree in economics, took some MBA classes at Drexel for statistics, and I've been in the data analytics field since my graduation, starting at Lockheed Martin, I believe, and the Philadelphia Stock Exchange. Always in market research after that, and then moved over here to Vanguard. So I've always been involved in some sort of analytic role.
Great. A lot of experience. Okay. So I know you're real busy, so we'll just jump into the questions here. Today at Vanguard, or even in the past, what methods, skills, and techniques in analytics do you use in your daily work, and especially with text analytics? How much do you use that, and how do you use it today?
Can you stop the recording right there?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I want to make sure.
Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that brief interruption. Mario was just getting ready to tell us about how we've attempted to use text analytics at Vanguard and maybe some of the pitfalls and difficulties that we've had.
Right. So a few years back, we looked into this because we wanted to see, for Vanguard, our growth has largely come from word of mouth in the past, right? So now the new way of word of mouth is through social media, Facebook, blog, Twitters, so forth. So we wanted to capture how our word of mouth was being perceived, or actually I should be transmitted through the electronic media and so forth. So we analyzed a few different software packages, and the real problem specifically is capturing phrases that make sense. Certain words can have both a positive and a negative meaning if you're just looking at the word in general. So to use slang, I guess today that you can still use, like, oh, man, that was bad. Well, bad can be used to find something in a positive manner. So
right.
Depending on what the shorthand or slang people use, it's very difficult to pick up the meaning outside of the long strings. It's easier simply to measure likes or dislikes, things of that nature on social media and text analytics, obviously, and also just simple number of unique visitors, followers would be a back end way. If you're a follower on Twitter or Facebook, that's a back end way of capturing, I guess, text feelings that you can't capture otherwise. But as of right now, it really is a challenge to get it accurate. One of the books that I did read in preparing for this analysis a few years ago, if I remember correctly, said if you can get 60 to 70% accuracy on capturing text analytics, that is extremely good. So that's one of the challenges. The other challenge is in a company like Vanguard versus, let's say, a car dealer or Apple, an electronics company. We don't come out with products that really stimulate conversation as, I love this new iPhone, or the new operating system on the iPhone is terrible. People start blogging and tweeting about it, and then you can pick up. There's a lot more traffic. Same thing with a car, right? The car doesn't, if you get a lemon or there's something recalled, you can pick up a lot more traffic as far as complaints or praises go. With Vanguard, not too many people are going to call up and say, oh man, I love this new mutual fund. It's not something you want to get on a daily or a weekly, monthly basis. That was another problem that we had. We just didn't have the volume. Even if we could accurately identify this is positive, this is negative, there just was not enough volume out there for us to say this is working, this isn't. Most of what we saw was simply service rather than actual product performance. We did pitch a campaign, excuse me, that did it was called My Life Ticker.
Okay.
You want me to keep going?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's called My Life Ticker, and it was measuring where you are at your stage of life, if memory serves. And that had a minor spike, but in volume. But again, there's nothing that really stimulates conversation as far as products go, or even news events in the social media where you would measure the text analytics. So that's a huge challenge for us to deal with. I don't know actually. I don't have who took it over at this point for Vanguard, but just to stimulate voices for the sake of stimulating voices also isn't necessarily beneficial. So it's a challenge for a company like Vanguard, like you said, versus another company that was going to produce products or services one after the other that really warrant or lend themselves to some sort of criticism or praise.
Right. Okay. So I think pretty safe to say, at least right now, from Vanguard's perspective, even with the increase in accuracy with some of the software and utilities that are out there in languages, the bigger problem for us is that there's just not enough discussion on social media about mutual funds in general and Vanguard in particular.
Right. There's what do you really thought? The market tanked one day or went up one day. You're gonna it's the market, right? There's nothing really specific to what we our product that would warrant some sort of unless obviously if we was one sort of mutual fund that was outperforming stellarly everything else out there.
Right.
Right, which certainly is the case. So it might be a dead avenue for us and for all financial not all financial, but depending on what type of product. But mutual funds is a tough product to really generate, especially when you're supplying a product that's meant for the long term.
Right, exactly.
So by definition, you're saying, here, hold on to this for the long term. That in and of itself limits what people are going to say about it.
Right. Okay. One other area that you might be able to discuss, and this I think speaks. I don't want to turn this into a Vanguard commercial, but one thing I know on the IT side, especially that we're very diligent about is data privacy and protecting our users' data. But you guys were actually attempting to pull information off the public web. Was there any discussion around data privacy and how you needed to handle that?
Yeah, that was basically that wasn't going to happen. We weren't going to be able to pull anything private like that. Even in-house right now, as a data analyst, there are certain things that I can't see that are intentionally shielded, like account number.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Things of that nature. So privacy is of the utmost importance for Vanguard. So I don't know where the legal team ended, but that's another hurdle.
Okay, so we would even be looking to really protect information that we, for instance, if we're web scraping off of Twitter, any information we would pull down from there, we would still probably, I'm assuming, want to protect that data somewhat at least, because it is.
We would scramble it, probably make it anonymous, or so you can't tie it back to somebody.
Right. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. We've actually discussed quite a bit in a short amount of time, if you really think about it, between the limitations of text analytics, especially with mutual funds in particular, which is obviously our core business. Do you have anything that you could add just about analytics? I know that you're more involved now with the analytics side, not necessarily text analytics, but most of the people in this class are actually in the data science program, so they'd probably be really interested to hear, what you do and what's valuable right now.
Sure. right now, for the most part, we use SAS, and occasionally I'll use Knowledge Studio as well. We're trying to build out some more, all the buzzwords of big data and so forth. Sometimes you have to be careful that you just don't chase after the next shiny thing.
Right.
Right. And in class, so if everybody, they do hear this, what have you, the data that you're probably getting in class is significantly better than the real world.
Right.
So you will be prepared to deal with the challenges of missing data or incorrect data, and it's a real sometimes struggle just to get data that you can rely upon. And I would also suggest find core software packages right now like SAS, and they do have numerous modules and so forth. And I know Python's a big thing, and R, so forth. I wouldn't don't feel like you have to learn everything, every type of program, or every type of methodology. But probably by the time you get out of school, by the time you get a job within 5 years, you might be using a different program that's just recently developed outside of the core ones that I think are going to be around, like SAS. We'll use SAS on top of Python, on top of something else. We're never going to hopefully get rid of that. So, but in time, something will replace that. But I don't want people to feel like, because I see it here, that, oh my gosh, we have to learn R, we have to learn Python, we have to get familiar with Hadoop, we have to know this, we have to know that.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you really use two to three packages. So if you find out what the most popular ones are, the top three, get a good grip on them, and you should be okay.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, I thank you for your time.
All right, good luck to you and everybody else.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care now.
You too. Bye.